Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of Humanoid Studios, and this is Making Comics and Art, episode 154. After midnight, artist hours. Yeah, I figured I'd do a stream now. Let me get set up here. Because it's been a little bit. I haven't been very consistent lately. Other than, I'm still doing streams every week, videos every week. And that's because some things are up in the air and being pulled in 100 directions, but, so it goes. Hope you're doing well. Give the video a like. Let me know you like what I'm doing. All right, is this going to wash this out? It's okay. A little more light. So I mentioned in my last post on my socials that pages 1 through 20 were done way back in 2009, thereabouts. And then the last 8 pages, starting with page 21, which is the one before you, was done somewhere around 2019. So 10 years later. Hey, 24 Eyes. Welcome. So yeah, the reasoning behind that is it really took me until around 2019 to really start to push my project forward. And Rich Future, the penciler, his style evolved from what it was back in 2009. So hence, what you see before you is kind of different than the first batch of pages. But regardless, I'll be coloring it all the same, and it'll be lettered, and it should all work out. I don't know if you could see. It's like I was erasing the bottom of this because this, there's a lot more lead on the page, just these pages. And some of my black ink smudged, but I can clean that up in post. Regardless, let us move forward. So yeah, I'm not sure of my schedule coming up. I mentioned my girlfriend's dad passed away, and I've been there for her, and she also needs my help on certain things she's got to deal with. So I've been doing that, and we talked about getting together in a couple of weeks because it is a long distance thing. And nothing's set in stone, but that's definitely going to affect my workload and what I'll be doing coming up. So when we're definite with our plans, I'll let you guys know. Because right now that's up in the air, and what exactly I'm going to accomplish the remainder of this year also remains to be seen. So I'll know when I get there. Yeah, I figured I'd stream now because I did want to mention I made a post in my community tab regarding should I do an art stream this weekend or should I do a Pimp Your Comic stream? Seems like the consensus, at least at the moment, I think there's no end to polls that I'm aware of. So, 20 people can go there right now and change the vote, but looks like people want a art stream. There wasn't a lot of people that voted. It was like 6, but 6 is more than 0. So yeah, I think Sunday I'm going to set up an art stream. Not sure if it would be evening or maybe midday. I'm not sure. We'll see what my schedule's like. I do have typically I've been hanging out with friends, usually Sunday evenings, but sort of put a hold on that. I'm a fan of The Walking Dead, and that's become a regular thing over the years. But yeah, kind of taking a break from that. I got too much work, and yeah, like I mentioned, most of my free time is taken up not only my girlfriend but other friends and fellow business associates. I got in touch with Karen Bonfiglio. If you don't remember, she mentioned, this is a long time ago, but that she'd be able to help me out with production of Retro. And I just touched base with her to see if she's available and that we could start tackling that next month. So it looks like she's all for it. And that is super, super awesome. So I know a lot of what I want to do. I'm no expert when it comes to putting together a comic, at least as far as what you need to do. And she's had experience. She's done coloring books and other sorts of things. So definitely appreciate her expertise. And as we get into that and make progress, I'll let everybody know. I should really do a update on my Kickstarter page. I let it known there previously that when I stream here and I'm working on my comic, this is this is where I'm at. But upcoming, once I'm done with the inks, I'll be diving into the coloring. And I won't necessarily be live streaming the coloring part. And more than likely, I'll be working on another project. Some other inks I gotta do. So the graphic novel I'm working on is published by Apex Comics Group. And they are getting together a bunch of books. I got their email. I get their newsletter coming to my email, and they are just moving ahead with a bunch of stuff. So it makes me nervous now. I got to start making some good progress on that project. So definitely, once I'm done with the 28 pages of this book, I'll work on the 110 pages of that book, of which I got first 21 pages at the moment. So yeah, that would be good to move forward on that. And since 24 Eyes is here, I'll mention I got your email, your direct message on Twitter to come join you on your show. And I'm definitely down. I believe you said that's Thursday nights. The Outcast Owls Live cast. Something. So whenever that works for you, message me back. And we'll figure it out. That would be fun. What else do I got going on? I saw Dune. I watched Dune this evening. Well, last night, technically speaking. It's so good. I hope post-COVID that they can finance the next movie, because it's part 1 of 2, and it's going to be a challenge for them to get part 2 made now with the world and how it's changed. I think Hollywood's moving away from blockbusters, maybe, kind of, sort of. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But if you know anything about Dune, I've read a bunch of books. I think Frank Herbert wrote 5 Dune books, or at least 5 main ones. I forget. Then I read some by his son and another author, I believe. Of course, the best one is Dune, but the prequels, I think, that his son co-wrote were kind of like those a lot. Although I read them when I was in college, so that was a bazillion years ago. but it was gorgeous, so well done. All the right actors to play the parts, and just gorgeous to look at. So definitely worth checking out. And yeah, we may have to do a petition. Make sure the second one happens. Finish the story. What else is going on? Yeah, it's been a. I haven't done as much work this week as I wanted to get done. And that's not good. That's not good. I have to do better this coming week. You know, I want to end this year on a good note and at least get a couple of things done. You know, I still got art to make for my art rep, Philip Pressert, is doing an art auction with me and for me and a bunch of other artists in his group. So I got some ideas and pieces I'll be doing for that. You know, we're all doing like popular characters and, you know, pinups and pieces and whatnot. I want to see if I can do a couple of them as potential prints. See how it works out. At the very least, I will be making art for it. Yeah, so just before I started here streaming, I ran the eraser over the paper, at least for the lower half. Because like I mentioned, there's a lot of lead on the paper. Because Rich sort of went a lot more feathering and even some subtle shading using a pencil. And yeah, just like maybe can't tell, but it's like all this lead, yeah, just in the blank areas. So yeah, I mean, regardless of what I get done this year, you know, anybody who's out there that hasn't already pledged to my comic that's watching this, we'll be doing an Indiegogo, and I'm guessing at this point in time that it will be next year. I want to shoot for February. I sort of have a date in mind, but the way my schedule changes from week to week, I'm gonna wait until I'm ready to figure it out. That's cool. All is cool. So definitely, Dune was one of those that was waiting to watch. And I was excited to go see, and I almost didn't watch it tonight. This past evening. It's kind of like I'm exhausted, and just I get certain things taken care of today, and I was totally just wiped out and stressed at the end of the day. And it's like, Jesus, man. But I'm like, I'll watch a couple minutes or whatever. I was over at Lisa's, and I was like, you want to watch this? And she was like, sure. So I just kept watching until it ended. It was really good. It's funny because these faces are so tiny. You almost won't be able to see them in the comic. But they kind of remind me. It's like the construction is a little Mignola-ish. And details are important, Subtlety matters. All right. Yeah, so I was looking for a couple of things in my studio. I'm just gonna say today, and I mean yesterday. And I think I'm losing things. I'm either losing things or things have gotten very disorganized around here, and I'm going to have to do a major cleaning. Things get out of hand. It's like I thought I had certain things and can't find them for the life of me, and other things pop up and it's like, oh yeah, I have this. Might be time for a purge of sorts. Because, when I have some decent money in pocket down the line, I'm going to have to definitely have to order some paper. I'm out of paper. I have to order some ink for my printer because I thought I had some of that, but apparently not. And even what I had was a little, I think my printer was having a problem with the brand or whatever, so I have to get their brand. So it goes. Okay, so this is I don't know who, but I think this is somebody retro knows this character that isn't part of Diamond or his mod squad. Yeah, tells you how long it's been since I looked at the script. I do know that final run through of the script is definitely necessary, but I don't. I wanted to get the whole thing inked, then I could print it out, put it on the wall, and go through all the key points and run through it a bunch of times. Much like writing a novel is kind of my approach, like just first draft, second draft, third draft. Let's see what sounds better and all that. I'm gonna give the best quality comic I can. Also tell us the story I want to. So that definitely requires me going through it a bunch of times. But I'm still keyed up to get this issue inked this month. I thought I would have more month left after it, but it doesn't look that way. Yeah, I shake my fist at the sky, but there's never enough time to do everything you want. But that's okay. I want to do something here. Let's see. That's going to be black. You'll see when it's in color. It'll make more sense. I'll leave that for the moment. But yeah, I'm stoked. Get the inks on this done. Move on to production, move on to coloring. I should probably warm up my XP pen. I'll see how that's functioning. Whether that's what I'm going to go with to color. It will definitely be the easiest way to do it, barring I don't have any technical challenges with it. Since I only used it a couple of times, and half the time I was having issues. But my experience is limited, so give it a go. Give it a go. So I'm noticing it's not going to show up. These pages get scanned and shrunk down and, colored over, lettered over. But I'm noticing, like, when as I'm using my quill, the page is bleeding a little bit. I have like my recommended paper that I like using, and Rich is the same way. He goes with Strathmore Bristol, and I'd say this is rough. It's not even grainy, but it's not super slick. That's smooth. If you order smooth, it comes out super slick. I don't like super slick, but I like Canson paper. We'll see if we'll see if I continue on that path, because I'm gonna be penciling and inking comic pages. We'll see if that holds up. See if that holds up. But yeah, I haven't noticed, like, when I use quill on, say, Canson, if it gives me that sort of a bleed. And that's all black, right? Yeah. I noticed there were a couple people here, but they all left. Here all alone. That's okay. This isn't my typical hour of streaming. I don't expect anyone to show up. Although there are people from all across the world that watch me at various points. But I almost never stream. I mean, it's 4:30 in the morning my time right now. Now there'll be, some people that will watch this at any point after. It's like how I do it. It's like I don't catch most videos I watch. Catch them live. I usually watch them after, so I can keep a schedule. I don't know. There's a ton of people that constantly message me. It's like, hey, could you watch this? Hey, can you watch that? It's like, I want to support everybody. But catching everybody live is utterly impossible. I don't try most of the time. I get into rhythms of stuff I watch live because it's usually things that are on somewhat of a regular schedule, so I could schedule around it. You know what I mean, bub? I know you know. You know, you know, you know. Yeah, so I had to print out a form today. I was having issues with my printer again. It's nothing that can't be looked at and fixed. Nothing I can't handle. But I had to print out stuff in red because I don't have any black ink at the moment, which is fine. Took me a couple of tries because it kept printing multicolor. I was like, what the? And get that taken care of. I should mention that my brother has a Kickstarter. I think it was on Critical Blast. I forget now. There's a bunch of shows I watch, and you know, not all. Some of them melt together. It's like, who was that? But yeah, he's got a Kickstarter. Still a bunch of days already been funded. But Painkiller Jane, for those that might be interested, puts together some great books. So I assume, since you're watching this, that you're a man or a woman of taste. You might want to go check it out. It's Painkiller Jane Heartbreaker on Kickstarter. Now, that was the funny thing on the show Jimmy was. Well, first I showed up in chat and they were both like, we were just talking about you. So I definitely, definitely have to go back to the video and see what they were saying about me. But it seems like a weekly thing for me. It's like, all right, who's talking about me now? But yeah, so the host was asking Jimmy, or letting Jimmy know about Indiegogo, because Jimmy's been crowdfunding exclusively on Kickstarter. And, he might be passing up some customers. It's like there's those that like mall, there's those that like DC. Well, there's those that like Kickstarter, and there's like Indiegogo. And, I understand in the sense that, each one you got to set up your credit card for and information, and maybe you don't want to, set it up in too many different places. I understand it could be a pain. So, sounds like some information Jimmy didn't know, and maybe he'll give it a try. One of our old friends, Bill Tucci, uses both. And yeah, Jimmy and Billy are pretty close, so might give Billy a call and say, hey, what's the dealio with this whole Indiegogo Jimmy Jam? So yeah, much like I was saying before, like, that this last batch of pages were drawn years later, and his style evolved a bit, and now I forget why I wanted to bring that up. It is late. I actually fell asleep. Last night, technically speaking. I only slept a couple hours. But, I was like, I'll probably go to sleep again for another couple hours. I think at some point, like, my sleeping has been all over the place. So I'm not exhausted. I am tired. But I think I finally caught up to sleep I was missing. The big scheme of things is like I'm definitely looking forward to cleaning up my schedule. It's all over the place. Got way too many little things to do, and getting retro done will definitely be a big thing in my favor, because then I'll do the Indiegogo for it. I'll have I'll have that as merchandise. I mean, the book itself is not merchandise, but product to sell. That's what I was trying to think of. And the main reason I won't be sticking on this stream for hours and hours is I just realized I'm starving. So I'll probably eat something and crash. Get up later, get back to it. I'll mention I had there's those drawings I did for Inktober, I put on my socials for sale, or at least Facebook and Twitter. If anybody's interested, just, most of them in quick drawings. Have them for super cheap. Free shipping US. If you care to. A little extra money will do me right at this point of endeavors. Seems like my cats are eating more and more. It's like, you're costing me, buddies. Cats are ravenous. My cats are ravenous. Yes, they are. It's like I've used a brush for a lot more of this book than anything else. And I also use quill, but every time I stop using it for a little while, it's like, oh yeah, I freaking love using a quill, and it's definitely better for tiny detail. You don't want to use a technical pen that really gives you flat lines. Although that's some people's style is linear line weights. Not mine. Although, it don't always look like it. I give things weight, sometimes it's too subtle. One of the things about publishing that I'm really going to get more and more of a handle on is like what my pages look like as I'm working on them and what they look like in the final printed version. And I have a general idea based off of the hundreds and whatever how many books I've worked on throughout my career. But I think I'm gonna get a wake-up call. I'm gonna get a lot more insight into that whole process. Especially I'm gonna be coloring, and there's the whole print for web, where you CMYK and RPG differences. Everything makes a freaking difference. Know what I'm in? And why does this guy have a peace shirt? Besides the fact that he's probably a man of peace. So I've had this, like, not a sore throat, although it felt like one was coming on. And maybe it's just a pain in my throat that comes and goes. But yeah, it's felt like a sore throat coming on. I don't feel it at all right now, this moment. think it's like, you're not really upbeat. We're not going to let you know we're still here. So I think this guy is like a hostage or something. I forget if he was one of Retro's informants that got caught up in his latest battle or something. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to make a point to, even though I'm not giving everything away with the first issue, definitely you don't know Retro's origin, but you sort of meet a couple of his regular characters. I always loved, obviously you have a Rose Gallery of the hero, but all the supporting cast. I wanted to make sure to throw in a number of his supporting cast in the first issue. We'll meet more down the line. So this might be one of his supporting cast, or it might be just something for this story. I forget. It's been too long. Jesus. And plus, it's like I sort of wrote some story ideas for issues after the first one, so it's a little bit of a blur when things happen. All that jazz. All right, we're shaping up. That's white. That's diamond. That's white. Okay. Diamond's pants are white, but it's a lot of feathering for white pants. Yeah, it's all right. This is at night, I think. I think that's like a moon. Could be a sun. I don't know. Get it together, Pete. Get it together. Keep it together. Keep it there. So Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin, Bowfinger. Keep it together. Keep it together. Eddie Murphy's character thought he was going out of his mind. Yeah, I can't wait to get this book out. I have a whole lot of other things to do after Retro. As far as like my projects and my work I'll be doing. And then how much I can work on them is based on how much money I have coming in, how steady other work is. Right now, it's like I definitely have work coming in. I'm doing a lot of covers, a lot of which I've posted online. I'm really happy with the cover work I've been doing. It's like top quality. It's like what? All this happening all of a sudden. I mean, the level of artists I've been working on is like Wow. Um, but as far as regular book, I thought I would have three, but sort of lost one, which was actually a freaking blessing. The project didn't turn out as good as it appeared. It was more work than anything else. I was getting standard rate. The quality of the work wasn't on par with other things I've been doing. But I won't mention what it was. And you'll never see it, so you won't know. Anyway. This, it's like I'm working towards a day, some time in the future where all I'll have to do is work on my own books to bring in my money. It's going to take a lot of work to get there, but be worth it. I'll still be working for other people, but won't be depending on them for income. And that will be a blessing. That would truly be a blessing. Ah, yes. All right. I guess I should start wrapping this up. Mostly because I gotta go give my cats some attention, get me something in my belly, and get some more sleep. Like I said, this isn't typically when I come on. But after a stressful day and where I did get to relax, I watched a great movie. After having some rest, like some actual sleep, but not very long, I realized I was laying in bed and with my eyes closed, but thinking about work, which is why I came on. I was like, man, I want to get some work done. And man, I haven't streamed. It's like the last couple of times I had guests. That's weird. It's like, having a guest seems like I'm just talking to a friend. Not necessarily that I'm like working here on my YouTube. Or something. But yeah, progress is happening. If you have any questions, you're watching this out after the fact. Drop them below the video, or just say hi. I'm not getting anybody commenting. Well, not. I'm getting some comments, but not a lot. Cool. I'll always get more. I'm really like goal is to grow my channel, and it's like it has to be active in all aspects. Yeah, this is too fun. I miss you, Quill. You could do things your brothers can't. Still got a ton. Not a ton. Still got work on this page, but not a ton. Finish the city up top. Finish the faces over here. Do his head and hair there. Fill in some black over here. Erase, erase, erase. See what's left. Check it once. Check it 5 times. Anyway, been going an hour. Give the video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I think I'm at 966 at last recall. So pushing towards 1K. Yeah, it's happening this year, hopefully. Love you all. Share my video out. I always appreciate those that do. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. And that was my cat, not me. Sometime Sunday will be on stream. All right. Love y'all. Keep making